Stretching something out of literally almost nothing this is. Tell it to someone. First question is, of course, from Joe Freddy. How long before the space calamari on Europa evolve enough to invade, or have they already have? Well, 5 billion years ago, this place was didn't have any life on it, and now it does. And Europa is a place that things can evolve because it's got water, ice, water underneath the ice. So perhaps we are Europeans. I look like a European, for example. I don't know about you, but I mean, look at the pallid skin, made even pallider by the weird ass light over there. So yes, of course, we are all Europeans, apart from the people who with dark skin are. Next question could be from the Emperor Fabulous. If you were to cover life on Mars, would everything no longer be balked? Well, the TV show from the early part of this century was already covered by the Americans, where they, because in Britain it was like, John Sim, also known as the Master, playing a psychotic time traveler for some reason, and this time it's another guy who was playing exactly the same guy except in America, and like the World Trade Center was there, and that wasn't how it was back in Britain, but apart from that, everything else was balked. Like the whole timeline was balked. And that's the whole point of it. Otherwise, it would just be another police procedural without somebody who knows what happens, like, in 30 years' time. So, no. 40 years' time. 30 years' time. 30 years' time. No. Because that's the whole point of life on Mars. The whole timeline is balked. And he might or might not be kind of having a stroke or back in time. And we don't know. So, 72 Days Sir thinks he broke my brain. Canadian Atheist asks, did you get that dent in your forehead while auditioning to be the Australian Bruce Willis? Well, of course, I had a dent in my forehead. That was from doing things. Yeah, not staying at home and doing nothing and then the bookshelf fell over. That was not. I was doing interesting things that you don't need to know about, really. Next question could be from Jonathan Stern. Why can't I find corn chowder in winter? Well, you can't find it because you're not looking in the right place. You have to be looking in the place that has summer while you're having winter, and there you will find corn chowder, or you can just put a bowl in the freezer and you can wait 6 months. Then it will be stale and or cold, depending on whether the freezer was actually freezing it or not plugged in at all. Matt Christie asks, Trudeau is actually pronounced Castro, like his father Fidel. Oh, yeah. Okay. Brenius Belky asks, hey DT. That's it. That was the whole question, except it didn't have a question mark, which is the mark of a question. Last question. David Pope. Is this the last question for the day? I'm not, well, look, I didn't get that. I had a bit of technical trouble this week, and I can't reveal. Of course, I did say that it was the last question, but I didn't mean to say it was the last question. I was going to rabbit on a bit, complain about it being my own fault that I didn't actually have any audio last week, and I got suspended on Twitter for for calling Genghis Khan a cunt. I'm sorry, Genghis Khan. I mean, usually he, you know, if you cross him, you know, you get beheaded and your head put on a pike and your entire city burnt to the ground. So this is relatively minor compared to beheading in a city, burning and stuff. So I appreciate that, Genghis. You're not a cunt. You're not a cunt. I was that's a pop culture reference that's slightly older than me. I'm sorry. That's it. Tell someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, it's gone dark. You can ask me a question in the place that questions normally get asked, down there. Or you can answer this dovetail question over here, where I'm pointing now. Yes. Yeah, I absolutely don't know what to say right now because, yeah, my brain sort of froze up and I don't know what to say. So, I'm dangerously talented and I don't have a cool sign-off.